Good morning. So today is a little bit of a chilly day. Last night was probably the coldest night I've spent in beans, which makes today's video pretty appropriate. So today's video is going to be about the 3 things I love about living in beans and the 3 things that are not so great. Hopefully you can like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications because we've got a couple of other fun videos that will be coming up in the next few weeks. All right, let's get started. So living in beans is a ton of fun. I love the fact that I live in a really super small space and I have everything I need within arm's reach. The space that I live in is pretty small, but it's quite organized and everything that I need is right there, exactly where I need it. And if it's not there, it's underneath my bed because that's the other place that I have storage towards the back. The next thing I love about living in beans is that I get to wake up wherever it is that I want. I can wake up with these beautiful views and see sunsets whenever it is that I need to see nature. I absolutely love that. The last thing that I absolutely love about living in beans is constantly problem solving. I've never owned a house before, so I've never had to do repairs or fix things or look things up. I've just sort of called the landlord and that's the end of it. Well, in this situation, I built all of this. I actually have to make sure that when something goes wrong, I'm able to repair it. And that leads us into the story from last week. So once upon a time, there was a girl who was drinking milk and she accidentally spilled some on her floor. The problem with spilling milk on the floor was that there was a crack. And once the milk seeped through the crack, it went to the wood below. The little girl was so sad about the fact that this happened. She ripped the floor up and put a fan on the wood in hopes of being able to dry it out, because anything more than 16% moisture in wood means that mold will grow, and she didn't want to get sick. And that's the end of the story. Actually, that's not the end. What I have to do now is I have to replace the space with another piece of plywood and then put my floor back on top. So figuring out how to keep water out of wood is kind of fun, but truth be told, fixing the floor is something that kind of crosses over into that space of things I actually don't like. So I'm going to talk to you now about electricity. So my electrical system was installed with the help of my friend Tom from the Niagara Falls video. He helped me put 2 100-watt solar panels on the ceiling and run them through the ceiling, the wires through the ceiling, down the wall, and into a box that has 2 marine batteries. Those 2 marine batteries are also connected to Beans's main battery, just in case I need a little bit of extra juice. There's something called a solar charge controller that sits at the front of the box, and that helps keep the batteries from overcharging, which is actually kind of an important thing. You don't want to overcharge or undercharge a battery. It sounds like a really great system, and it sounds like it's got enough energy for me, and it does now, but when I was used to just flicking the lights on, I ended up overusing my electrical system, which meant that a lot of times I didn't have enough juice to be able to power my computer. I ended up buying a backup battery as a secondary support, but I've definitely had to cut back on Netflix. A little stinky for me because, I don't know, who doesn't want to watch Netflix all night? So I spent a few hours trying to think of a third thing that was something I didn't really like about living in beans, and I couldn't really figure anything out. So I'm going to be honest with you. For me, the pros outweigh the cons. I enjoy living in a small space. I really love having to problem solve. I love traveling and seeing beautiful things. And there are a lot of things that I just don't mind. I don't mind having a cooler with my food in it, and I definitely don't mind having to be more efficient with my electricity. So leave a comment. Tell me if you can do van life. Hopefully this video gave you a clue. See you soon.